everybody. Welcome back to Esports Chat number 6. Oh my goodness, we're almost at 10. This is great. We are here to talk about more nonsense in the esports industry, but also, there's been a couple things that dropped this week, including some, like, regular YouTube drama, and we thought it would be fun to, include a little bit of that. So today I am here with Natasha, and also Vivian, aka Goddess Raymond. Ramon.
I would also wave, but you can't see me.
Yeah, that's fine. Soon. Soon, TM. We have
Yeah, it's coming.
it.
Hopefully.
Uh
I'm praying.
huh. Yeah, there was definitely it was a loaded week full of news. A little bit of last week too, as we had more information drop on the Echo Fox shareholder issue going on there. The
Oh
rumored
yeah, I read
optic
those text messages.
sale. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of beef and drama going on right now. But I guess for now, since this dropped yesterday, we'll talk about the Echo Fox um, racist allegations. Even though at this point they're really not, because they're text messages from Upcomer, which is actually a news website. I'm actually excited to see what more they have coming out, especially if they're going to be dropping stuff like this. Um, Honestly, I don't even want to read these text messages. They're that bad.
Oh yeah, they're pretty bad.
They,
I
they
actually read
they're
them and I was
they're bad.
shocked.
So
Like,
I'm
who just sends that to people?
yeah,
It's so
I'm
gross.
just gonna leave that link there. If anybody wants to read it, go for it. But this is the type of racism that honestly, like, you could get like charges pressed against you for this. The way that he went after him, specifically calling out his family, telling him to wave to his grandparents. Uh, this person that had these text messages sent to them by Mr. Raizada, he is of Jewish religion, so not exactly the most classiest thing to do. And as of right now, as it stands, he's still with Echo Fox, while Rick Fox is taking the stance of I'm not doing anything until he leaves.
Well,
So let me
it's
hear your
I think
thoughts.
it's way more complicated than that because it's like, well, first of all, I'm really shocked that like when these text messages were going around, that he never thought like, oh, maybe these would get leaked and I would get in trouble. I don't
Mm.
know. It just odd to me. Like, did he ever think that Rick Fox was just never gonna do anything? It was just gonna be like I'm sorry to say, like a pussy and just stay in the organization and let people talk to him that way. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Um, and the second thing is, it's like with Echo Fox, and a lot of people, this is what I was getting really frustrated with people, and people just don't know it sometimes. Like, they don't really know like the business side of things, but like when you sign an investor, right,
Mhm.
and you give them a certain like equity stake or whatever it is, correct? Like, however you want to do the deal with them,
Uh huh.
it's not easy to just be like, yo, you fucked up, goodbye. Like, they literally own either a part of your company, or they have like, there's, they're doing something for your company that, obviously if they're an investor or a partner, like they offer you something that you need, right? Especially at the size of the Echo Fox is, obviously he's providing them something or giving them monetary compensation, and they can't just be like, yo, goodbye. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? There's more legalities that go into it. On top of that, it's all legally binded, contract wise. So again, like, it's all these people were saying how Echo Fox is awful, that they haven't dropped him yet and they haven't removed him from the company, and I'm just like, it's not that easy.
No.
I can't even imagine like the cost of like lawyers to get through this right now
I mean, think
that they
about
have
it.
to go through.
If this guy, just this one guy alone, owns a 90% stake in Echo Fox, um, you can't just tell the person who owns 90% of your company just to get out. It doesn't work that
Yeah.
way. And also, it sends a really bad message to other potential investors. Because this guy, regardless of the fact that he is one of the biggest racist assholes I've ever heard of in my life, but he came on and invested in your company. So to other investors, if we do something this guy doesn't like, regardless of us giving them their money, they're just gonna kick us away. Like, it's not a good message to send at all. Um,
Did they not do any background checks on this guy? Like, has he not had any? Like, this can't be his first mess up, right? Like, he's like,
I don't
I don't
know.
understand.
I don't
There's
I
know.
don't
no
know. When somebody has money, like
you can cover
what
up
do you
anything.
Yeah,
really check?
that's true. That's true. I mean, um, apparently from the statement that was given to Dexerto, actually, with Rick Fox's statement, he said he, like, so when Mr. Raizada came out with this statement and said, we've had a long-standing relationship for 15 years, Rick Fox came out and says, no, I actually met this guy about 15 years ago. Briefly, we talked, didn't talk to each other for another 10 years, and then he needed help with stuff, so I introduced him to esports, and that was clearly a bad decision. So,
Wow, so the guy practically
so the
fucked
so
him
the guy
and
lied.
helped him get into the industry.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll post the links in the chat, but um, yeah. Finally, his attorneys state that quote, Mr. Fox and Mr. Raizada had previously enjoyed a 20-year-long deep personal friendship and have been and are currently involved in several business dealings together. This is an exaggeration. Just straight up. I was introduced to Mr. Raizada approximately 20 years ago by a former business manager. From the early 2000s to 2015, I had no business or personal dealings with him. In 2015, I was asked to reach out to Mr. Raizada and help him order his life. In his move to LA, he presented some business opportunities, and I, in turn, introduced him to esports, which turns out to be a mistake. So, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the whole situation's really messy, especially since like my biggest my issue with this is like if you were gonna go public with this, right? Which I understand why he did it, because if I was in the same situation, I'd also possibly.
Yeah, I mean, if he's gonna threaten your
Well, yeah, of
family for
course.
the rest of
But
their life, that's a lot.
yeah, but it's like if that's the case, honestly, like, what's the point of even going back? If he owns 90% of Echo Fox, 90%, there's just honestly like I understand that
I don't know if that's 90%. That's just me throwing out a number.
number.
I was
I
gonna
don't know.
say that's like
Yeah, no,
it's kind of crazy.
that's
It
that
just
was like a
drives me.
theoretical number. I honestly
I don't
don't
know.
know how much
I
he
just
owns.
I just feel like if you're gonna make these allegations, you're automatically kind of like devaluing the brand, right? Because when you say like now, whenever I think of Echo Fox,
Exactly.
I'm always thinking like this. So and then he wants to go back to the brand. It just doesn't make sense to me. So like, so you release this publicly, and in my assumption, when the moment you release it publicly, I'm guessing that you just don't want to have anything to do with the company anymore, but you want to put this company on fire because of the guy that owns the company, right? That just fucking flames you as well, right? Personally, like messaged you and sent you all these texts.
Yeah.
So you make this a public statement to ruin the company that he's invested in, to get your personal revenge or whatever you want to do with it, and then you just don't go. But he comes back. He's like, no, I'll come back. Just remove him from the company. What's the point? You just
Maybe
devalue
he's
the whole
just doing
brand.
whatever it takes to like get him out. I don't know.
So I think,
I don't know. Seems very revengey.
yeah.
Not that I blame him. I'd do the same thing, to be honest.
So I
No,
I
same.
think it's kind of at a point now where, look at it this way, Natasha, you build a company so you can enjoy playing video games or something with your son. And then
Right.
there comes a situation where you can make this company huge, but you don't have the money to do it. So what do? You go and you reach out for more money. Somebody that you potentially trusted and gave you, again, a theoretical number, $20 million. But once that person agrees to give you that $20 million, obviously they're going to have some sort of say in your company. You wouldn't exactly feel very happy if that person who invested $20 million into Natasha's Play org, or whatever you want to call it, and goes, yo, so I really don't like the colors you picked for this jersey, so fuck your family for the rest of your life. Like, no, you're really not gonna be happy about that at all. So honestly, I don't even see this as a revenge thing. I see this as Rick Fox going, I don't know what else to do. I love this
Yeah.
company.
Okay.
I want to stay here, but this guy has such a huge hold on my company. I don't know what to do. Here's all the proof. Yeah, I'm just gonna let you guys make your decision, but I'm not walking away for some bullshit. This is real. This guy's threatening my family. I don't want to leave, but the only way I'm coming back is if he's gone. So
Mhm.
that's how I see it.
Which is fair.
Yeah. If it was one of those things where we were in Gangstars together, Alex made one call, and if I quit and went right to Twitter and was like, "Yo, here's all the receipts from the DMs because I didn't like this call Alex made," yeah, okay, that's revenge. On the other hand, if something else was to happen where he insulted me on a deeply personal level, yeah, yeah, I would come out and say something.
Well, I
Um,
mean, you wouldn't be able to come out and say something because
Right.
you're under NDA.
well,
But do they not have those
I
things
was
when
about
they
to
sign
say, do
on?
you not think like these guys are breaking NDAs by sharing these text messages?
That's a great
Depends on what.
question.
Depends. It all depends because it could technically be like, because those DMs are not directly
They're
have nothing to do with
private.
the company itself.
They're private text message.
Some depends. What if
I
this
don't
is
know
on a
how it
company
works.
phone? You don't know.
I don't know. Like I don't know. All I know is that technically, since it's messages between the two of them, and I'm guessing that they don't have an NDA specifically for their DMs, it doesn't really matter. I don't understand. I don't know. I really don't.
Hmm.
Maybe because of its harassment? It's another thing. I mean, I don't know. It depends on what they
Yeah,
sign
it
when they
says
come on board as an
yeah.
investor.
Hmm.
Like we don't know.
Yeah, I
Because if
mean,
they if technically he broke NDA, then I think that they would have been more like, I don't. I have no idea. Maybe he actually did break NDA, and even if he did break NDA, if Echo Fox was to sue him, right, he pressed charges for breaking NDA, it would make them look even worse. So
yeah.
maybe that's the reason why they
Now,
haven't.
honestly, like the best
Done anything.
thing for Echo Fox as a company to do right now would be to get rid of this guy. Like literally cut all ties with him.
Make a
Um,
public apology.
make no, because I mean, yes, make a public apology saying that like this went on for so long, yada yada yada. We're trying to clean up our image. Y'all need to hire a PR person ASA fucking P. And then you also probably honestly need to get rid of Jace Hall. If we're gonna be like
I
deadly honest
they
on
should
this
have
right
done
now.
that a while ago
Um,
when all that controversy came out.
yeah.
Hmm.
H1Z1's fucking dead. Like let's just call it what it is.
It really
The
is.
studio's got the I'm pretty sure I know the studio moved over. I'm pretty sure more people got fired from the actual H1Z1 team. Anytime there's any type of discussion that involves Jace Hall, it's some type of war that goes on Twitter from people saying they worked with Jace Hall and he was a piece of shit, or people saying they worked with Jace Hall and he was the best person in the world, and people need to stop scapegoating him. Like
I remember that. I
that
remember
story
when
is gonna come out, and I am excited as hell to hear that
yeah,
because
I remember when GS was in H1Z1 and after everything that went down, Alex was incredibly pissed off, and I think he was like messaging back and forth with Jace on Twitter, like
He
talking like
was,
mad
yeah.
shit to one another. It was
I
fucking
mean, yeah,
great.
I was the one who told Alex that was happening because when that article came out by L, which showed the documents and whatnot from shit that was going on at Twin Galaxies, H1Z1, the Z1 Pro League, all of it. Um, Jace went and did, I believe it was a Periscope live thing on Twitter where he read the article, said he was gonna answer all the questions, yada yada yada. Um, so Jace went through, read the article. Of course, didn't answer anybody's questions. But Alex popped in there because Jace Hall started throwing Alex under the bus, saying that
Yeah.
Alex was misspending money. He was a poor player rep. A lot of different allegations. A lot. Um, and then from there, kind of went away. Nothing else really happened. And part of that was because Elle was getting harassed. Like she had to leave Twitter and social media because of, I'm gonna say, quote unquote, Jace Hall's army was going after her so hard. Um, and regardless of the fact that I'm a journalist or not, that's not okay at all. Um, I may not like Jace Hall as a person, but it's not okay to call him, I can't even say the word, but it's not okay to call people names. It's not okay to harass people, regardless of what they have done. Um, and
What did the word start with?
Sand N.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Um,
Alright.
I,
Pretty bad one.
yeah, bruh, like, it's 2019. Can we please stop, like, using World War II jokes and, like,
Never happened, dude. It will
it
never
just,
Everybody knows it's a trigger, so
it's just
happen.
like,
Everyone loves
easy
being
way to make someone salty.
like,
That's just the way people
I'm
are.
just reading these text messages, like, again, and it makes me so mad. So mad. But, I mean, the other way we can put this, too, is regardless of the fact of just general racist harassment, you have sexual harassment going on with, the riot walkout that happened this week.
Yeah, I read about that on Twitter, like just a little bit. I didn't go super into it, but I did see like, literally there was an entire picture of everyone or like most of the people in the office like outside sitting in front of like the entire building and just protesting.
Uh-huh.
I don't even remember what it was specifically for. What was it for again?
Okay, so I don't know if you've kept up with Riot as a company, but obviously League of Legends is doing pretty well right now, but Riot as a company is a fucking shitstorm. So there was an article that came out. I don't remember if it was Kotaku or Polygon. But there was an article that
Pretty
came
sure it was
out.
Kotaku.
Yeah. And one side of the company who was supposed to be working on like development, in-game like shit. I'm gonna say quote unquote coding. They were actually just sitting there playing Fortnite and League of Legends all day. While you had the other half of the company going, okay, so when's this shit happening? We're waiting for a deadline. You're past the deadline. You haven't given us any idea when the new deadline is. So I guess we're just gonna sit here. So there's a lot of weird shit going on there. And then the other part of it is like blatant sexual harassment towards women. I need to find like this original article so I could like quote some of the things that happened. But
I can't. I'm honestly really surprised. Like it came out of nowhere. Like it all
Found
like
it.
it happened. So
you got it.
One sec, let me link it.
Was it Kotaku?
Yeah. It was.
Like, I don't like Kotaku as a website in general, but they do have, like, once they investigate shit really, really, really well, it's usually pretty, whatchamacallit,
It's long though, so like.
yeah, it's a lot. I can't.
I
read
remember
all
reading
those.
the whole thing and it was so long.
yeah, no, I've read this.
It's your job to read
it
it.
it
It's not
is.
my job.
It is. I'm trying to find a good like piece to.
Read all.
How big is your e-peen?
Wow.
Wow. I'd be like enormous. I don't know. It takes some browsing, honestly.
Yeah, no, I'm just yeah.
You might have to,
It
like,
took
go
me
look
so long to read this. when it
Honestly,
came out.
yeah, no, it's
I like put it aside for most of the day and then
this
went
is
back
no,
to
this
it
is
at night.
this is a beefy read. However, like if you look at some of these numbers though, there's 900 comments, 1.2 million shares. Like people read it, which
I
is
feel like a lot of those
good
people
because a
people
lot of
are
these people
employees.
wouldn't read this because it's so long and beefy. I actually got into a discussion with somebody the other day about like journalism and how it's a dying, obviously. But nowadays, like an article like this isn't getting read through 100%. What somebody's gonna do is they're gonna go down and look for a TLDR, or they're gonna go to a YouTube channel and watch a 5 minute clip on it while they're doing whatever. Um,
People just don't like to read anymore. I mean, people don't have the attention span to read anymore.
no,
Everyone can't pay attention for more than 3 seconds. This is like why, for example, like Vine did so well when Vine was there.
yo,
Because
I
it's a
love
quick
Vine.
it's like 3 to 5 seconds, just a quick like straight to the point. and
I
everyone just
love
gets
it.
the whole point in that,
Nah.
you know what I mean? That's why people like it so much. Like, the people don't want to take the time to read things.
Yeah,
It's actually quite
me and
sad.
Chris still go through YouTube and watch like the best vines. Like what is it? The rarest of vines that butter my croissant or something like
Oh
that.
my
Just
god.
hilarious videos. But yeah, no, that's a great point that even YouTube clips nowadays. Most of the time people are looking on Twitter or Instagram and looking for the quick clips and they're not watching the long YouTube videos anymore. Even podcasts like these. Um, any podcast that goes over an hour, most people don't listen to. The
Mhm.
range is between 45 minutes to like an hour 20. Of course, like the big guys like Joe Rogan and stuff like that can, you know, do 5 hour podcasts and it will be consumed like the next best thing. But yeah, everybody wants it now. Everybody wants it instantly. Very impatient. It's just how the world goes. But
That's the direction of everything. Everything's gonna be digital. Everything's gonna be quick. Nobody's gonna care anymore.
so I guess another thing we can go into with quick not caring, the rumored optic sale.
Oh god.
So there was an article pushed out that Immortals are looking into purchasing a
Okay.
portion of Infinite Gaming in order
I'm
to.
surprised that it's Immortals though. Like, out of every company that you would expect to go for this offer, why Immortals out of everyone?
um their spot,
Why?
their League of Legends spot. Easy,
That's it.
easy.
That's the only reason why.
Mhm,
I agree with that.
mhm.
It was such a huge deal that they didn't get in. They had one of the best teams
Yep.
in the league, and they were
Everybody.
denied.
Mhm.
That's
Plenty
crazy.
of money, and were denied.
Yeah. Denied for
It
the
makes
bigger
Riot
names,
much
the
easier for
easier
them.
branding names. So with that, it leads into a whole different discussion because if Immortals does acquire at least a majority stake in Infinite Gaming, would the Optic name be wiped out? Would it just be
Probably.
another
Yeah.
portion of Immortals? And then at that point, holy shit, the gaming industry is gonna catch fire. At least the
Well, no.
esports industry.
What's probably gonna happen is, so Immortals is gonna buy the League of Legends spot, right? And then the Overwatch League spot is gonna be up for grabs, and then someone's gonna buy the Overwatch League spot, which then pretty much also goes hand in hand with the CWL spot for the Pro League for Call of Duty, because they'll have first picks for the CWL spot to bid for if they want it. And if that's the case, what's the point of them keeping it Optic? They're just gonna put it towards their. They're just gonna rebrand it to them. That's it. And Optic is just gonna be non-existent. I think the only thing that is gonna stay with Optic is just their content. I get this odd feeling that I feel like Hex owns the content side, or Hex still has like some type of like equity stake specifically regarding like, just I don't know, with content, and that will never go away. At least that's my hope, because I want that to be true, so that Optic Gaming doesn't disappear forever. That's just scary to think about. Like, literally the
I could live
Godfather.
without Optic. I'll be real. I haven't heard anything really from them in like a year because I don't follow them that closely,
Mhm.
and it feels good because they're so different. Like
No,
I'm good with it.
I don't like Optic Gaming anymore. I don't like FaZe Clan anymore. Like, I don't like I mean, Envy is fine, but like, I have new organizations that I favor over the ones that I used to like back in the old, the olden days, you want to call it.
Um,
But the
Your
issue with
olden
Optic,
days.
yeah, my olden days. But the issue with Optic Gaming now is, after they, like, now that Hex isn't really the majority owner anymore, it just feels like a company, not a family. And even though, like, I don't really care in regards of like the organization being gone, but it's like, it's the history. Like, they're literally like one of the founding orgs for esports, and for them to just be gone, I don't know. It just
How old
really.
is Optic?
hold
Can
up.
someone look that up?
I do, because I have the official
I have
Optic
I have
Gaming
beef
book.
with this.
Optic Gaming was established in 2006 as a semi-professional Call of Duty sniper team. In
They're
2009,
not.
they started
not one of the
posting their games
founders.
on YouTube and began their legendary run as a professional Call of Duty gamers in Major League Gaming. They now have the largest
Call of
following.
Duty gamers.
They now have the largest following of any pro gaming team, with more than 16 million fans across YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
The founder would be like Complexity. or Ninjas in Pajamas, SK Gaming.
Like
I would say 3D, but they're not relevant.
to
But
figure
like
out what
those
like
were
I would
those were the first bad boys to come in, and they stuck.
yeah, what was the first official esports organization?
That still
I
exists,
wasn't alive
or just
then.
in general.
I wasn't alive then.
Yeah, I mean at that point, I don't even know back in like the 90s when I would say
Even
esports.
Fnatic was around for longer.
Yeah.
Yo, all my friends are watching the stream. They're all roasting me right now in my private DMs.
Perfect.
Oh God.
Perfect. I love it.
It hurts my feelings.
So Optic, like, even though they're big, they're definitely not one of the starters for sure.
No, I would
Maybe as
counter.
a COD fan, I know you love COD, so like technically.
No,
yeah.
not even. I would argue and say Optic was one of the starters of console esports. Esports in general is a very
Sure.
big and
Yeah,
broad
yeah.
statement.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Because
They were one of
Optic,
the starters for my lifetime.
Yeah.
Okay.
not because Optic.
My life,
Because
they
if you
were.
think about it, Optic obviously first their huge big thing was Call of Duty, and then after that, I believe it was Halo, and then after that it was Gears. So they dominated all three major shooters across console.
Yeah, I'd say I agree with the console
So
part.
so that would be my only thing for them to be the pioneers of esports. No, I would say they were definitely involved in the grassroots like quote unquote production of it, but
Well,
yeah,
okay.
nah.
Well, have you both been on PC from the start, or have you guys ever done consoles before? Because I've only been consoles. I've only recently went to PC.
No, I've done both.
So that's like you grow up on a console because that's what was there first, right? Like Nintendo, the first Nintendo, of course.
So when did you guys move to PC? I moved during
2000, 2000.
Like 2008.
Well, okay, I'm a little.
I've been playing for a long time, even when Rainbow Six was on. Tom Clancy stuff was on PC.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's old, dude.
I used to play literally everything on consoles, and until literally like this year when I finally got a proper
No,
PC,
for when I
able to
was
actually play on
when I was
PC.
growing up, like we had like the family computer where I had like
Well, yeah.
my small little games that I enjoyed playing, like RuneScape and stuff like that. But then when I was in high school, I saved up to build my first computer, saved up $1,000, built my computer by myself. And I believe that was when I was in like, hell no, it took me like 3 years to save up for that. I believe I was like a junior in high school, and then that's when I really started playing like Diablo. Diablo 3 was the game that really made me want to build a PC.
Really? That's the game. I mean, it's not
It was
a bad
high school
game.
for me too.
Yeah.
I guess I would say.
Yeah, but
When I actually started really playing Counter-Strike.
yeah, but like the games that really got me into say I'm gonna say quote unquote esports, actually it was first Halo. Halo was the first thing that really got me into esports, and then it was Call of Duty, and then it was actually Rock Band, which isn't around now, obviously, but yeah, everybody learns about it different, but yeah, Optic was definitely the first team that I quote unquote learned about. The first Optic video that I ever watched, I believe it was a Russell Drive video with Scump and Nade Shot. I don't remember which one it was, but I was like, yo, these guys are like hilarious. Like they just get to sit in a house and game all day. Like what the hell? I want that. It's amazing. And then from there, you obviously, grow your little like say internet relationships with these people. And then you kind of just become fans, kind of like how people become fans of their favorite traditional esports or sports athlete, like Alex Rodriguez or whoever. Um, yeah, so for people, there's conversation that when slash if Optic sells, will the Call of Duty team retire? Meaning the three main guys of Crim, Scump, and Karma. But I don't think so.
Wait, yo guys, whoever's watching, is the stream freezing for you guys? Because one of my friends just messaged me that the stream is slightly freezing for him. He doesn't know if it's his internet or not.
I don't have any drop frames.
No.
Everything looks good. Yeah, it might be his internet.
I'm just making sure.
Okay. But yeah, any last
Is that that
thoughts?
European internet?
Nah, it's fine for me.
No,
Yeah, it
it's
might be
fine.
the European
Alright.
internet. Womp womp. Womp womp.
Alright.
But yeah, no. If Optic was to sell, and the name would be gone from esports. Actually, at that point, I don't even necessarily think the name would be gone from esports. I think people would still like rep the tag. Um, but
I'm
it
curious,
definitely
not even
won't.
about like what happened after Optic Gaming. I'm curious, like, what is Hex gonna do?
He's gonna find something else. He has his hands in a lot of different things. And it would be silly to think that another org really wouldn't just be like, yo, Hex, here's a COO position. Yeah.
I mean, they gotta pay him mad cash. He won't work for it. I mean, I can't even imagine how much he's
Isn't
gonna
he
ask.
already rich?
Hex? He's
I mean, yeah.
he was able to move his family from Mexico and Chicago with him to Texas. He's fine. Homie's fine. He's Gucci. The next topic that we have, which I'm excited for, I've been waiting for this date forever, is we finally have a date for the 100 Thieves Spring merch. Yay.
Oh yeah.
I want
Let's pop. Can we pop that up on the
I
on the
want
screen?
the hoodie so bad. Yes, I'm on it now.
See, this isn't a perfect.
Can we pop up those Valkyrie pictures though? Like she
Yeah, I
This
got
is
it.
a perfect example of a company doing apparel right. Give them a round of applause. Finally, the first esports org to do it right.
Yay!
So good. And what I love about 100 Thieves and like their apparel, and it's something you just have to appreciate, is that when they are so consistent with the way that they announce they announce like their apparel, and how like literally everyone that is in 100 Thieves that needs to be announcing it and needs to be representing it and needs to be retweeting things does it. It's so coordinated and it's so beautiful to watch as just a spectator. You just see all of these beautiful advertisements just come out at the right time.
Viv is like so turned on for this
She really
right
is.
now.
Yeah.
Just the right it's just the right way of doing it, and nobody has done it right.
There is no
other than 100
bigger
Thieves.
100 Thieves hype beast in this world than Vivian.
I
Even
love 100
even Vivian
Thieves.
is a bigger hype beast for 100 Thieves than its fucking CEO of Nadeshot. Like
Listen, my end goal in esports is to be part of 100 Thieves.
I
That is
believe
my literal
I
end
believe
goal.
that's a
far.
no, I believe that's a goal for all of us at that point. Anybody in esports right now honestly wants to work with 100 Thieves.
It's so cool.
Everything they're doing is just it's mint. It's beautiful.
I love.
It's perfect.
It's not even just like about the brand. I just love Nadeshot. Like I would love to just speak with Nadeshot once.
Yo,
Just once in my
I
lifetime.
I
Meet
like
the guy.
I have no shame in admitting that I teared up with that video that came out on the 100 Thieves YouTube with him like cheering as they won. Like I teared. I'm not going to lie. That must have been one of the best moments of his life.
You know, I haven't watched Call of Duty for a very fucking long time, for years now. Like I haven't watched competitive COD as well. I just haven't watched in general for a really long time. And I actually tuned into that match just because of the fact that like I wanted I don't know, I just wanted to cheer 100 Thieves on, because not just because of the fact that I liked them, but because I need that for Nadeshot. I can't even imagine like the feeling of having his team winning
I
a
know.
championship after he like retired. Like that's
That
That
has
must have
to
been an
be
emotion.
that has to be the ultimate goal. Like let's be honest.
Yeah.
For you to be so successful as a player that you can go on and build your own org that is arguably going to be bigger than yourself, and then that team goes on to win, and like that's just like a full
And they weren't
life
even
circle
good
thing.
at the beginning. They were struggling, and then it's like
They
were,
were,
like,
yeah.
Oh
People were
yeah.
talking
Yep.
about the roster and everything.
Yep.
and they just came back.
Nah, I mean, if when you dedicate pure dedicate yourself to this game to where you wake up, you eat a good breakfast, and then you work out so your brain and your body is activated, and then right at 3 o'clock when scrims are supposed to start, you're on at 2:50. So then you have that extra 10 minutes to shoot bots or whatever. So then that first game or match of your scrim isn't really a waste. You're getting that pure practice in. the way Crowder's coaching that team is above anything else that I'm seeing right now in Call of Duty. If you're late 1 minute to practice, you have to gift 5 gifted subs to Crowder's Twitch channel.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, like he has like a strict rule book for these players to follow by, but it's also setting them up for next year. Because if you're late to a scrim, you're getting fined like that, and
Mhm.
it's not going to be a $5 fine. Um, if any of the League of Legends players, I'm sorry, any of the Overwatch League players go out and complain about a patch, they are immediately fined 10 grand. Those
Really?
these players are
Jesus.
going to be broke as fuck next year. So
Really? Wow.
the they really need to keep like somebody's gonna be
They
made
need to learn how to
advantage
keep their
of.
mouth shut.
Somebody's gonna be made advantage of. It was talked about on the EGL cast, where there's gonna be that one player, like XQC from the Overwatch League, where they're just be like, nah, we're letting you go. We can't take this shit anymore.
Oh my god, you know what I would love? I would love if there were just like now like 50 COD burners that came up after the fucking franchise, so they could talk publicly, and then
Oh
everyone's
my
just
god.
anonymously talking mad shit about all of the shit that Call of Duty's doing. I would love that. Oh man, that would be the tea.
Yeah. I completely lost my train of thought. Shit. So yeah, spring merch, for 100 Thieves. The only thing that kind of makes me mad is that we talked about it a little bit earlier, um, before we went live, that the prices of these items, let's be real, that hoodie that you want, Nat, the one on the right,
Yeah,
um,
that's
that's
sick.
probably gonna be like $80 to $90.
Yep.
All of it's probably gonna
The
be 80 to 90
hoodie,
dollars.
the hoodie alone, I see that being 80. The t-shirt is probably going to be about 40. The dad hat's going to be 20 to 30.
I mean,
That's my
I
estimation.
totally I agree that the prices are a little bit too ridiculous, but if you think about it in this way, it's like you have to pay them for their they put in a lot of time, effort, and like so much they take so much of their own time to really make sure that this apparel is really at the quality that they want
Yep.
to have like released and have their logo on it, so that you have to pay them for that. Then you have to pay obviously for the fact that like the quality of it, I mean obviously the shipping, you can't do anything about that because when you have
No.
mass orders like 100 Thieves does, it's a little bit more complicated than that. But like I don't mind paying that price point because when you go to like these bougier stores, you know what I mean, you're paying way more for
Yep.
for stuff that's way shittier than what these guys are fucking producing, at least in my opinion.
Yep.
I
And
think
even so, like people are gonna buy it anyway. It sells out
yeah.
every time. Doesn't
So
matter what the
I
price
really
is.
I really
I
hope I'm going to be able to fucking get it because I have a
I mean I
feeling
do
this
too.
drop's going to, what is this? 5/18. So that's next Saturday at noon. What am I doing?
What? Jesus.
My sister's graduating. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it.
Yo, Amanda, just send me.
I could always buy you one, and I can.
Yeah,
You
you
can.
can
Yeah,
just
that
send me
might
the
that that might actually like be a thing. Shit.
Like I want to buy the hoodie real bad, but I
Shit.
don't know if I want to spend because I'm spending $80 for the hoodie and then like what 20, $30 in shipping.
Yeah, I might just have to
And then
PayPal one of you like $100 and just be like,
yeah,
shit.
and then I'm gonna have to like, and then I'm gonna have to wait 3 months to get my hoodie, and then I'm gonna wear it once, and I'm gonna fucking drop like a food play on or something like that, stain, and never have to wear it again, and then I'm fucking pissed off at myself. Like that's exactly what's gonna happen. Knowing my life and how clumsy I am, I don't know.
um. All right. So yeah. All in all, 100 Thieves merch. We're all getting it. Moving on. um. One thing that I wanted to talk about, since I work on Fortnite, specifically, Epic Games pushed out Fortnite Battle Royale Season 9 this week. And it is not getting the best reviews from the competitive community. However, the casual community is loving it.
What season has been released after season like 5 has ever gotten good ratings or good content?
Um, no, season 3, 4 was considered like top
Right,
tier
like,
Fortnite.
right.
I
But
feel like
after season 5, who in the
Yeah.
goddamn community ever said, "I like this fucking season"?
yeah, I
No
feel
one.
like it was the last one that I remember nobody really bitched was the pet one with the pet backpacks.
Wasn't that season like 4 or like season?
Oh, that
5?
one was
Yeah.
yeah. People enjoyed that. They
That
had
was a
fun with
really
that
good one.
Yeah. Yeah, but with this one, the biggest thing that people are really, really, really pissed out is that the ballers are still in the game, but they took out the pump shotgun, which has been in the game since the beginning, like since 2017. And they added in another gun, which is called the combat shotgun, that is incredibly inconsistent in damage numbers. So there was a video published by Daquan. I'll actually share the video. Um, he was firing the combat shotgun. It hit the dude square in the head for, it was like 121 damage. And he was like, alright, dope, it's cool. Next shot, he hits him for 31. The next shot, he hits him for 31 again. Um, it's incredibly inconsistent. We already know that, like, Fortnite already is a incredibly RNG based game. But for Epic to go and change so many things before a $30 million tournament is it's interesting. And I want to hear your thoughts on it, especially since you guys don't follow the scene as much. How do you what do you think Epic is thinking for them to go, okay, the community's really pissed about this thing. Why don't we take out this thing that's been here since the beginning? What?
I mean, I don't even believe that they even know that the community is pissed off at
This
their
is
fucking game.
this is an obvious answer. No, I don't think they care about the competitive community. And it trends. It makes the game more popular because the players are just talking about it, constantly talking about it, complaining about it, blah blah blah. But as again, for like I said, the last podcast from a casual standpoint, slipstreams, sweet. Like that sounds like a lot of fun. Like the drum gun, sweet from a casual standpoint. As a competitive player, obviously extremely frustrating.
I don't honestly. The game will be fine even without competitive play. And in all honesty, like let's just say all of the pros stop playing. Let's say every pro, right, just moves on and goes to a different game. Okay, then there's just gonna be new Fortnite.
Over there if you just want to like put it there. Graphics are nice.
Because the money will always be there.
Yeah, and people will still continue to play it. Like casuals will still continue to go and play the game. So really.
And one thing, okay, one positive thing I'll say is was it last weekend? They pushed out an update, the drum gun update, I believe.
Yeah, from the vaulting event.
They didn't force it on the World Cup tournament.
No, they gave
so they didn't have to play on that.
Mhm. Yeah,
so they are doing something.
I think that was for their own benefit
yeah.
in some way.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they realized something.
I don't know if it's I don't know if it's enough though. Cause these players are pissed. Like Sifu's already said, like, yeah, no, I'm quitting after this.
He's done.
I'm done. But to be fair, he has plenty enough of means and viewers and whatnot to be fine on his own without competing in Fortnite. He has made probably 10 times the amount he has earned from competing in Fortnite, just from streaming and all of his other like sponsorships and shit. So he's fine. But the other smaller players where they sit there and constantly complain, you know, if Epic tosses another 100 million into it, players are gonna keep on playing it.
Yep. Exactly. People can bitch, but like it's just the same thing that people do in Call of Duty. People say Call of Duty is dead every single year and talk about how shit the game is, and pros complain about it all the time. But then they just
88K at a major. Oh my God, COD's dying. Yet people are paying 25 million for a spot. So I mean, Yeah.
So it's like, honestly, COD's not dying. COD's doing perfectly fine. People can bitch about it all they want.
Yep.
Nothing's changing, dude. Like, unless the community really takes a stance and does something, it's never gonna change, and people just don't do that. Like,
The only thing.
how people complain. If this is a good example, sorry, this is a really good
No,
example.
no, no, go.
How people complain about loot boxes,
Mhm.
and how doing that, and how everyone hates loot boxes, and how like having to pay for literally a part of a game that should already be like, you know, how they cut a game into like 4 different sections and they sell it off like every like part, and then you have to pay for it. Like, people complain about that all the time, but then people go and they still buy loot boxes and they still put money into it. And it's like, well, no shit. If you put money into it and you give companies a reason to continue doing loot boxes, they're never gonna remove it.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was my
Right.
microphone.
No, you're fine.
So it's like,
yeah.
what's the fucking point? It doesn't make a difference. And people do that. It's like, people ride this wave, but people don't actually want to make a difference. Like, people are more than happy to chat, but people don't want to take action.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with people. And that's not just an esports community thing. That's just in general. Human beings are just like that.
Mhm.
And it's really fucking frustrating. That's why I tell people, like, if you want to bitch about something, then make a fucking difference about it.
Yeah.
Like, I bitch about apparel. The way I make a difference, I put it on a podcast so people will come watch me bitch about it. There you go. At least that's some type of action.
Yeah. There was actually, what was it, this week? There was something pushed out by, I don't politic. I believe it was a state senator who pushed out something for loot boxes. No,
Oh.
Jesus. Whoa. Whoa.
I know
Wrong topic. Wrong topic. No, to push for loot boxes and microtransactions to be illegal.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Happened?
Mhm.
I thought we were. I didn't know that. I know that there was something about the abortions in Georgia that happened. That's all I know about.
Yeah.
Like the most recent like.
Didn't like
thing.
Clerky post something about that?
I got it.
Did you?
I got the link. Yeah, it's from The Verge. Game studios would be banned from selling loot boxes to minors under new bill.
All right.
You know, I mean.
Senator Josh Hawley.
Okay, so then that means that every game that's not 18 plus just can't have loot boxes. I mean, that doesn't really make a difference because usually the games that are 18 plus are the ones that do loot boxes.
Baby steps.
Or maybe they can like implement a system where you enter your age.
People lie about. I lied about my age for literally 18 years.
That's true.
My birthday changed every year. I was born in fucking like 1998, 1992. I don't know, whatever I felt like putting in that time when I was.
Well, then you can make a case for battle passes. That'll just become the industry standard.
Yep.
Like, unless you literally have to verify straight up like your identification before you go and purchase this shit, then you're not like. There's no way that you can avoid people just lying about their age. I mean, catfishes do it all the time.
Right.
True. It's true. It's true.
Man, I'm waiting for that topic.
I was trying to avoid it, but here we are.
Why are you trying to avoid it? This is the best.
James Charles and Dottie Westbrook. Take it away, Viv.
Go ahead, Viv.
It's absolutely beautiful. Alright, so I'm gonna just like run through it really, really basic, like what's going on, because I watched the video today about it. So what happened was that so Tati is so they're both part of the like the beauty industry, right?
Yep.
And like she is practically almost like a mother to James Charles. She has like James like DM'd her when he was like a nobody, and was like telling her how much like he's inspired by her and how she's a role model to him and all these other things. And like over a course of like them talking, like she decided that she wanted to like help James Charles, because at that time like he was just starting his career on YouTube, and like he had like drama with somebody else in the community, and like, a lot of people didn't want to work with him because they felt like he was toxic. And she like practically like took him under her wing, right? And you like in the beginning of the video that she had posted it, like she just covered like it was like clips of her constant like all of the shout outs that she did for James Charles and all of the things that she's done for him, and how she always promoted him and supported him and everything that he's done. And pretty much what happened was that so James Charles has had like already a multitude of like things, like small little things that has been happening to him in the past couple of months. I actually kind of feel bad for the guy. He can't catch a break. Like seriously, like it's like a rumor after a rumor after a rumor after another exposed video. And what happened was that so Tati is sponsored by this like, or like it's either I didn't understand if she was sponsored, so I'm guessing she's sponsored by them, right? It's not like she's not working. I don't know, either working with them or something to do with her own brand, and like she created these like hair pills or whatever.
Yep.
Hair vitamin. And yeah, and like what happened was that James Charles literally went and promoted the like the competitor for those pills on his socials and all, like, and he went and then just said, like, he messaged her and was just like, oh, you know, like, I had to do this for this specific reason, everything's fine, I'm sorry, like, yada yada yada, and then just fucking forgot about it. Like, he really didn't like own up to the fact that, you know, she's technically never asked anything of him. She's, you know, she has supported him through everything, and he just kind of like fucked her over a little bit. And that was really fucked up. And
just the way that you described that was, he just fucked her over a little bit.
Yeah, like no, this is just a little bit, because it gets worse. Like, this is just the start. Like he has like, he's done a lot of like really fucked up things, or like where the most recent scandal that he's also part of is how, he has this weird thing where he just for some odd reason likes to just go after straight boys,
Yes.
and then just turn them gay.
Oh.
Which it doesn't work that way. At least that from my experiences, I don't think it works that way. So.
Yeah, you may know, Viv.
And yeah, so I don't know. So there's a whole thing of that, and how he's just been kind of like going after straight boys, and that he's like using his wealth, his fame, his money, his like, you know, influence, and like threatening them, and like trying to like make them like, you know, give him like sexual things, and like all this other stuff. And Tati was really pissed off at him because like there were like incidents where, like, for example, like at her party, like he said some really disgusting things, like how he was like talking about some of the sexual things he wanted to do to a waiter, like in detail.
In front of his parents,
and like in front of like her parents and like her close friends and everything. And Tati was like, yo, like, what the fuck, James? Like, no, not right now. And on top of that, he's straight. And James responded with, why does it matter? I'm rich and famous. Who cares? So like, it's just really fucked up. He hasn't, like, every apology video that he's made or statement that he's made has been extremely fake, and just, it's just not genuine. It's almost as if he just doesn't understand. Like, he's just manipulative. To conclude, he's just been a manipulative dick that has gotten money and fame, just straight up, it's just gone into his head, and all he cares about is just keeping up his image, and he just doesn't care about anybody else.
I watched part of the video, and I have not watched a lot of his content. I watched a couple videos. I don't really watch beauty videos. Honestly, if I do, it's honestly Jeffree Star, like Shane Dawson.
Oh yeah, I've watched a lot of Jeffree Star.
I don't beauty well, as you can tell.
Oh, come on, you're beautiful, Amanda.
Yeah,
come on.
You are.
Thank you. But no, I don't really follow him well. So my first, I'm gonna say opinion of his video, James Charles video, anyways, apology one, was that he got caught, and he looked like a deer in the headlight. Looked like he hasn't slept in like 48 hours. He's tired. He's exhausted.
Mate, somebody literally went and took all the clips of where he was breathing and made it into a breathing compilation. Like, it's literally his apology video, just all of his, and the video was 2 minutes and 40 seconds long.
Jesus.
His 6 or 8 minute apology video of 2 minutes and 40 seconds is him breathing. Like, it's ridiculous. He's lost in the last 24 hours, he's lost 1 million subscribers.
Yep.
It's crazy. Like, he's lost more subscribers than anyone ever has. Like, that's like an accomplishment. Like, good for him, man. He could post it up on his wall.
I mean, at this point, we can also like transition into the other bunch of like YouTube drama that happened, was the Pro Jared shit, which I never even knew of this dude. I've never even heard of him until I woke up one morning and I saw
He has
my
a weird face.
entire Twitter timeline was just exploding with this. And I'm like, who the hell is this guy? Why does he matter? Like, I'm a small, I can't even call myself a content creator at this point, but everybody has a million subs. So for you to call yourself a YouTuber with a million subs, like, that isn't as big of a thing as it used to be, say, like 5 years ago. So then I checked out his channel. I'm like, all right, he's just a typical like gamer dude. And then all of this shit came out, and I was like, when? Like, it makes me so mad because one, the fact that he tried to like cover this up by blocking his like wife on Twitter, and then because of that, it caused this to blow up into so much more. Like, apparently he was soliciting nudes from like his fans and underage.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Literally I don't understand. Have you guys realized this recently? It's like a trend. It's like every single person is doing this. Again,
Is like a pedophile?
Yeah, it's like, okay, like I'm not saying this because like, okay, I'm just gonna say this. If you want to be a pedophile, just don't do it publicly. That's all you gotta do. If you want to be a pedophile, don't fucking do open public DMs where people can literally just take a screenshot and fucking you can lose your whole career. Like, if you want to be a pedo, just do it privately in your own fucking corner. I mean, obviously it's awful, but I'm just saying, like, does nobody think? There's nobody.
They just don't think they're gonna get caught. That's all it is.
But everyone's gotten caught.
I know. I'm just saying, like, they think it's not gonna happen to them.
Like, it just blows my mind. It's like we constantly keep seeing all of these people getting exposed, and I'm just like, everyone just does it publicly every time.
Yeah.
I love the community. I mean, if it wasn't for people being stupid, I wouldn't be able to have any tea. So
of course.
This is true. Without people being stupid, we wouldn't be here.
It's the drama. I mean, which makes you wonder, like, is it like staged? I don't think it could always be staged, but like, it feels like
the
there's
fucking
always
ASI
some
and like his fucking Deji the brother stuff, like that was probably staged. 90% of it was.
That started up again apparently. So yeah.
Yeah, it's all fucking staged. Like, that's not.
I feel like the doctor disrespecting him cheating on his wife was 100% staged.
You think so?
I don't know why he
I
would
do.
make that public. Yeah.
Because
it worked out well for him. He got even more viewers. He was way more popular.
So the reason why he made it public was because apparently the woman that he slept with had proof and was willing to make it public, but wanted money from him.
But she never did.
Blackmail him. And he went,
yeah, she never did.
Fuck you, I would just say it to everybody because I'm not giving you 20 grand. And he did. So, it was kind of like the Kevin Hart thing.
Yeah, but why did she still not post it?
Yeah, I would have.
She wanted money, and I guess at that point he definitely wasn't willing to give it to her. So,
yeah, but why did she just post it? She could have posted it without his permission.
Exactly.
Sure. I don't know. The things to ask him when I run into him next time. How about that?
Okay.
He's a fucking giant, dude. You'll be like, oh
he
my
is.
God.
Dude, he would lift up his foot and I would flinch. I'd be like, no, don't. Me and my 5'2" ass and his 7'13" ass. Alright, well, I guess, if anybody has any questions they want to ask us, go ahead and post them in chat. But for now, I think we're just going to wrap it up for today. We'll keep it short, sweet, and to the point. Is there any last topics you ladies would like to hit on?
I think I'm good.
No, I think I'm fine.
Okay. Alright. Well, I guess we will call that a wrap for podcast 6. And thank you again for coming on. It was a blast hanging out, chatting, spilling the tea. And I hope you ladies have a good night.
I definitely will.
Hope you guys do.
Alright. Bye, guys.